Hello there, this is Nikolai, the manga boomer.
And I am Kai, the anime zoomer. And this is our podcast, Anime Zoomer.
And manga boomer. Hello there. In today's episode 15, we make a guide, or at least try to, on how to watch anime and read manga. We will talk about how to choose what anime to watch, manga to read, where to watch, read, or buy the manga. Our topics will be how to define your taste, get good recommendations, or how to rate stuff. So, the first point is a manga one. Reading online or reading physically? I
Hmm.
think both of us have a clear preference.
Yes.
Do you want to start with your preference?
Who could have guessed that I am the digital guy? I'm the zoomer, so of
Figured.
course I'm digital.
Yes.
I I grew up with the smartphones and stuff. I got my phone when I was 10 years old, my first one. So yeah, I think it was later for you, right?
I mean, I had a phone when I was 10 too. I could play Snake on it and listen to music. Better than
Yes,
nothing.
but you couldn't browse the internet or something, right?
No.
Yeah. See. Um. So, but also there's one important point which I read more digital manga because it's expensive to buy a lot of manga.
Yes.
I
You
mean,
have,
it's
for
7 euros,
example,
70, 50 euros right now, right?
in Germany, yes, more 8 euros nowadays for the small ones. The larger room size are 10 euros or 12.
Yeah. So if you buy like 5 mangas, then you've got
40
for the
bucks.
for yeah, and it's a lot if you buy a monthly a volume.
Yes, and English releases are more expensive than the
Mm,
German ones. They are like 12, 13 euros or 15 the larger trim sizes.
mm. That's a big reason why I mostly read digital.
Yes, you have sites like Manga Plus or Webtoon, where
Mm,
you have a big library and you can read most of the stuff for free. At least you can read, if you have the app, most chapters once.
yes, but it's definitely easier to read online than to read a volume because you can choose, oh, I am going to read one chapter and then the next chapter I read later or something. When you have a volume, you have to read the whole volume
Depends
and
on the
then you have to
volume.
wait. Yes.
I think,
But if the volume is finished, you have to wait till the next one comes out, is what I mean.
yes, sure. I mean, it's the same with chapters, so.
Yes.
Plus, because of that, some chapters are unsatisfying to read because they are some 5 second snaps and then you're finished. In
Mm,
a volume, you can get more immersed.
yes, that's also true.
I think, even though the current Chainsaw Man chapters are good, they are so quick.
Mm,
So,
but you don't have to wait till a new volume is out. So you have
yes.
to wait just a week till the next chapter drops.
Or maybe 2 weeks sometimes.
Yes, maybe 2 weeks.
Normally, a new volume comes out every 2 months if it's the fastest release cycle.
Mm. So
Reading
if
online
you,
has another upside.
mm, which one?
It's you have always your phone with you.
Yes.
For example, we in Germany have a problem with our train, the Deutsche Bahn. They are always late. And
Yep.
when the train is late and you have your phone, you can just, oh, the train is late, 30 minutes. Happens a lot, sadly. Now I can read manga for 30 minutes.
Mm. Yes.
But on the other hand, having a book in your hand feels nicer and turning the pages instead of tapping at a screen. But that's a personal preference.
Yes, for me it's that as well. I like it when I have the manga in my hand and can turn the pages. It feels so satisfying when you turn a page from a manga. I don't know why.
Yes, there's kind of suspense what comes on the next page.
Mm,
That's why, example, the Grand Reviewing manga is better than the anime. Because you're turning the page and then suddenly the horrendous facial expressions kind of jump scare you, which makes
mm.
it more funnier.
But one downside from mangas is that you have to be careful that you don't, I don't know.
Damage them, break the spines, for
Yes,
example, when you are
yes.
opening it too far.
Mm,
Especially the bigger omnibus volumes tend to get easily broken with spines.
yes. I take really good care of my mangas, and I gave a manga to someone, and then there were some scratches over the pages,
This
and then I was furious.
understandable. Another upside of reading physically is that it's nice to have the mangas in your room.
Mm.
They are just cool to look at. For example, some of the connecting spines are really cool. I
Yeah,
showed you
yeah.
the Parasite one, for example, and the
Mm,
viewers on a YouTube short. So you have always something to look at.
yes.
Plus, when you read a volume, you feel your progress. For example,
Mm,
when you read 10 chapters on the phone, you read 10 chapters, congratulations. But when you read 10 chapters in a volume and close the volume, you feel that you've done something. Can see your progress physically. You can see how many pages you read.
that's true,
It's
yes.
more satisfying.
Mm. But let's keep going on with how to choose what you read or watch.
Yes. I think we should start with defining your taste.
Mm.
Have you a defined taste?
Uh, uh, it's complicated. I watch a lot of everything, every genre,
Yes.
or most genres. Not every genre. I'm not into yaoi and this stuff.
Ah, BL, good job, good job.
um,
I think
I'm
you should. I'm the same, but I think you should have at least some preferences. What's your
yes,
favorite combination?
yes. I'm the rom-com guy, as you could guess,
Yes.
and a battle shonen guy. I love action and romance. It's not a good combination.
For me, for example, my favorites are historical seinen or gory, brutal, dark action manga,
Who
or
could have
fantasy.
guessed? Who could have guessed?
So, because when you know your preference, it's easier to find stuff. That's
Definitely.
why it's important to need to define your taste, especially when you want to buy manga. Because when you buy a manga that you don't like, you've lost money.
Mm,
That's just how it is. Yes,
yes.
you can sell the volume, but you still lost something because you can't sell it for the new price.
Mm. You've lost time,
Yes,
precious time.
that's the other thing which you can lose when watching bad anime or reading
Mm.
bad stuff online.
But you haven't lost any money when you watched a bad anime.
Well, it could depend. If you are buying extra a streaming service for this one show about which you were hyped and then it sucks ass,
Yes, but you could also watch another anime on the streaming service then.
true.
So it isn't that wasted.
It isn't that easy.
Mm.
Plus, when you know your taste, you can also easily search better for recommendations on social media.
Yes.
Because as a rom-com connoisseur, you just could Google rom-coms on whatever social
Mm.
media site and find a list.
To be honest, when I want to watch a rom-com, then I go to Google and then I search for best rom-coms ever, or
Also,
top 10 best rom-coms.
or you can just check the score on Mal or AniList.
Yes.
Or I think in the next season preview there should also be noted which genre the show has.
Mm.
Plus, when you know your taste, you can find other persons on social media who have the same or similar taste like you. Then you can
Mm.
see, for example, oh, this guy likes Chainsaw Man. So he says, I like this show because it gives me the same vibes than Chainsaw Man. Then the show could be something for you as well.
Mm. Yes. I
Yeah,
think we have defined our tastes, and
yes.
but how do you know that you have a specific taste for anime? That's an important question.
That's why sites like Mal or AniList are quite nice. You can rate the shows that you've watched or read.
Mm.
For example, when you check out what your top 10 is. For example, most shows in my top 10 are historical, well, not top 10, maybe top 20, are historical seinen or gory, brutal seinen or action series or fantasy. That's why those are the things that I like the most.
Yes. For me, it's the same with battle shonen and rom-coms.
It's in
I have a lot of
general important to reflect on your taste and what you like.
them.
Because after a certain time, when you start to get into anime or manga, everything feels special and nice. But when you
Yes.
understand the tropes, have seen something, then it's important to reflect what's actually good. When the
Mm.
honeymoon phase is over, basically.
Yeah.
So, anything else for taste, or should we go to the next point?
We can go on to the next point. After defining your taste, what do you do after?
Inform yourself about what to buy or what to watch.
Hmm.
For example, I think it's quite important to know how many volumes or episodes a show have. Because, like we said, time is precious.
Hmm.
And maybe you don't have the time to read or watch One Piece currently, so it's not a great idea to start it.
Yes,
Or something
definitely.
like Fairy Tail or Black Clover.
Hmm.
I think you started Fairy Tail but had not the time to finish it. Or,
Yes.
or at least had a long break.
Hmm. Because time is important.
Yes. Same thing for your anime recommendation. I still find I still find Code Geass not bad, but their uni is starting, so I don't have the time to watch 3 episodes in the
Hmm.
evening, for example. When
Yes.
I have other things to do or to read, which I like more.
Hmm.
Plus, on the manga side, it's also a financial decision
Yes.
because One Piece, a volume in Germany is I think €7, 7.50. It has over 100 volumes. Big investment.
Hmm.
So you should know what you're getting into yourself.
Definitely, that's important.
It's also important that you know how much space you have
Hmm.
because space is limited if you are collecting and you want to display all your stuff and not put it in boxes and store it somewhere.
Yes.
The same thing goes for example, anime DVDs, figures, or merch.
Hmm.
It's not wise to buy merch without having the option to display it.
Oh yeah.
Ah, another one, especially important for manga, is to check if the series are in print.
Hmm.
The same you can say the same for anime if they are on streaming sites or not.
Yes, you definitely have to check out if they are available on your favorite service.
Yes. On the manga side, there's the problem that if a series is not getting reprinted, some volumes could be out of print. For example, you
Hmm.
could buy the series has 20 volumes and you could buy every volume but not volume 7 and 18. You can't buy them. Those aren't getting reprinted. So you either have to bite the bullet and read them online, or you have to buy them on for ludicrous prices on eBay because the scalpers know that they are expensive and have some worth.
Hmm. Or you have to
There's
print them yourselves.
yes. There are some volumes who cost $80 or something because they are just that rare. Or maybe more.
Hmm.
I think a YouTuber that we both watched has paid, I don't know how much it was for the German Out of Print Vagabond edition. Was it $500 or something?
I think so.
Complete dog shit. Dumbass.
Hmm.
But he can do with his YouTube money whatever he wants.
Yes.
But
Maybe we could do that too when we have YouTube money.
no. Because a new edition in Germany from that show, from that series was announced. They're going to buy
Ah
that.
yeah,
So good
I see.
investment cover. So one last point on this section is don't give in to FOMO. Do you know what FOMO means?
Bobo?
FOMO. F O
Homo.
M M O. It's fear of missing out.
Oh yeah.
Don't buy manga series just because you think that they are going out of print,
Hmm.
just so that you have them. Could be a bad investment.
Hmm. I think it happened to you once, right?
The stuff that I bought because of FOMO was actually good. It was Sunken Rock. So
Ah,
don't get
okay.
serious.
I see.
Obi Breakers, another good example. Underrated martial arts series.
Mm.
Do you have a new topic or should I start with something new?
Um, I, um, let's go to how to find anime that you could potentially like, right?
Yes. I think we've touched briefly about it, but there's one thing which I wanted to ask you.
Which one?
How do you decide what to watch? Do you just watch, for example, do you just watch pictures? Do you read the synopsis? Do you watch trailers? What
Mm,
what has the most impact on your decision?
um, if I see it a lot on social media, to be honest. If I
Yes.
see a show a lot trending on social media, then I know a lot of people are watching or reading it. Then and if the animations and everything is clean, then I think to myself, maybe I could give it a watch.
The same goes for manga panel. When you see a cool manga panel on the thumbnail, I just click on it.
Hmm.
Or some
I
cool looking characters.
I actually don't watch trailer that much.
I like watching trailer because most of the time I already knew the source material.
I
So
on
the trailer shows the voice acting, the music, the stuff that I don't know.
hmm, I only watch trailer if I like a show that much. Like Dandadan, I watch the every trailer of it to see
I see.
how good they went with the animations.
Yes.
Because I read Dandadan every week or when Dandadan comes out. So I really want to see a good animation. Otherwise, I would be mad or furious.
Or disappointed.
Mm.
Yes.
But Danadan didn't disappoint
Yes.
till now.
Are there any other things that can draw you to a show? I think there's one other reason. Or
Definitely,
two big reasons.
definitely the
If
recommendation.
you no, two big reasons important if you catch my drift.
Hmm.
It starts with a
I don't,
W and ends with an U.
W and U.
And has two big reasons.
Oh, yeah, I know. You mean waifu.
Yes. Rosebud.
Hmm.
You're just seeing a pretty character somewhere. You need to inform yourself. You need to research. It's important.
Yeah. Hmm. I had this with a show from this season.
Yes.
When I watched the trailer, it seemed really nice, and I liked the girl character. But then I watched the show, and I thought to myself, it was bait.
The classical waifu bait.
Mm. So then I dropped it because it wasn't that good of a show. It was definitely boring.
Dropping is a good example. A good transition. Do you have
Mm.
how many episodes do you give a show until you drop it?
I
Does
am,
it
to be
depend, or do you
honest,
have a how do I say it? A free episode rule, for example.
when I dislike a show that much, and the first episode really disappointed me, then I don't give it a go. Then I'm going to drop it.
Yes, if it sucks, then it's getting dropped instantly.
Mm.
But
The
if
first,
it's so, I give it three episodes or two or three volumes.
yeah, that's the same for me. But you can definitely see if a first episode is not good, then mostly of the show will not be good either.
Yes, or if the vibe is not catching you.
Mm.
That's the cool thing about anime and manga. Not every show is for everyone.
Mm.
Everyone has other tastes, so that's why it's important to define your taste, like we
So
talked about
everyone that
earlier.
says anime is for kids is completely wrong.
Yes,
Because there are a lot of different anime, different types.
you should show them some brutal seinen.
Mm.
Then
Some
they're going to
gore.
have some fun.
Mm. Show them Chainsaw Man and then ask them again if it's for kids.
Yes,
I mean, there are definitely some shows for kids.
yes, and some shows are made to be for kids, even though
Mm.
if they aren't. A good example are from my childhood, the RTL 2 days, we call it in Germany, where Naruto, One Piece, and Co. were airing heavily censored.
Mm.
For example, where Sanji had a lollipop instead of smoke.
Dude, so funny.
Yes.
But yeah,
Another
no,
thing connected to dropping. It's a tip
mm,
for manga buying. Don't buy whole series if you don't know that if you're going to like them or not. Buy three or five volume as a stack, and then when you like those, then you can buy the whole thing.
mm,
It happened to me once or twice, and big mistakes were made.
mm,
Because sometimes a series gets shit, even though the beginning was quite good.
yes.
And when it's happened in an anime, yes, you lost time, you can drop it, but at least you have not lost money.
Another thing for dropping, I watched the first episode of Uzumaki and it was quite nice. Then I saw some scenes from episode 2 where where the animation budget went in the train, and I was like, no, I don't want to.
I
I
saw
don't want
pictures
to
as
see
well.
it.
It looks ass.
Yes, and that's why I decided to. I don't want to watch it again or
Yes.
anymore. So, um, clips from a show can definitely make me drop an anime. I saw
Yes.
some pretty bad clips from Blue Lock, the newest episode.
I mean, Blue Lock hasn't that good animation. The first season was also okay.
Hmm.
They have to use a lot of CGI.
Yeah.
Plus, the manga looks way better.
Hmm. But Blue Lock overall is a pretty good show.
Still a
It's
good
not carried by
story.
the animation.
Not like certain other shows.
You mean Seven Deadly FPS?
Season 3 was so bad from Seven Deadly Sins. The plot got bad too, but the animation was horrendous.
Yes. I saw some memes about Blue Lock get a and you know the meme where Goldie Roger passes his head to Shanks and Shanks then to Luffy,
Yes.
and then there was Seven Deadly Sins who gave the head to Blue Lock, and I almost went crying
Another
because
good
of
example
laughing.
for bad animation is Record of Ragnarok.
Mm.
They had a lot of still frames. The community was outraged about it.
It was a PowerPoint presentation, to be honest.
Yes, exactly. Because of stuff like that, a lot of people are dropping shows,
Mm.
even though the
And
story might not be that bad.
the show gets a lot of memed.
Yes.
For example, Deadly Frames.
One of the biggest fail-offs in anime.
Mm. So yeah, that's. Do you think we have everything for dropping?
Mm, just one question. Do you give some series a second chance?
Yes, yes. If I get convinced that the show is actually good and I have to keep going, then I will give it a second chance.
For me, it's also maybe if I started watching a show with the wrong expectations.
Mm.
Good example is Code Geass. It was really hyped. From when you hear people talking about Code Geass, you're only good shit, 10 out of 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and that.
Mm.
But the 21 episodes I think I've watched, yes, Lelouch is a good character, but it's not even close to a 10 out of 10.
Yes, I can agree with that.
So because of hype, maybe you also can drop shows because your expectations were too high.
Mm.
Other good example is Chainsaw Man. The expectations were insane for the anime.
Mm.
So, do you have a next big topic, or should I start with one?
You can go on now.
Okay, I have a specific manga one which I want to talk about,
Mm.
which is Budgeting is King. I want to
Mm.
talk about how to. Maybe it's also good for you because you will at some point hopefully buy more manga,
Mm.
but budget is limited for you. So
Definitely.
a good tip is buy used manga or wait for sales. For example, I
Mm.
talked about with you, I think 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago, that I bought a series used, half of it, which we will talk about later, for a good price because there was a sale.
Mm.
There are also some sales is a good topic. Black Friday sales, good example.
Mm,
Or you could
definitely.
look for some other sales like the box sets. English box sets, for example, Claymore, Rosario plus Vampire, My Hero box set, Chainsaw Man, Assassination Classroom, and so on. You can get them for really cheap.
I don't think that anyone wants to buy My Hero.
I have My Hero, the first half of a manga.
You should sell it.
Why?
Because it's ads. Ads. I heard the news about the end of My Hero, and it's as shit as the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, we forgot to talk about the 3 episodes ago was the ending episode.
Hmm. I haven't watched or read My Hero, but the ending was shit. What
The,
I've read
the
online.
classic. But this talk is for next episode.
Hmm.
Watching stuff and calling it. Not watching stuff. Not have watched stuff and calling it ass. But that's why it's good not to trust people blindly, because then
Hmm.
there could be some people who say stuff like that. You just say, Demon Slayer is mid, even though I have not watched Demon Slayer. I've watched enough. I'm not one of those guys.
Ah,
Watch season one
that
of the
joke.
movie. That's enough.
No,
Yes,
no, it's not.
yes. It's enough to see that
No,
the show is mid.
no.
Yes. Um,
Imagine,
Imagine.
yeah, imagine. You have to watch Demon Slayer to the fullest.
No.
Every season. Yes.
Waste of time. Filler.
No,
The
no,
newest season.
definitely not. Animation
Yeah,
is goated.
who cares? The story is bad.
No, story is solid.
Solid. Bland.
Yes.
Boring.
Mm, but solid. Bland but solid.
The main characters are ass. The main
No,
trio.
no,
Yes.
no, they are funny.
They are ass.
No. See, those guys haven't completed the anime and then college it or mid.
Yes. Because the characters suck, they scream too much. My ears get assaulted. But that's why you should not blindly follow recommendations.
Yes, you should always see for yourself if you like it or not.
Yes. So
Maybe.
onto the next stuff, how to buy or
Hmm.
budgeting. Be careful on places like eBay, because you don't want to get scammed. The same
Hmm.
goes for buying anime merch like figurines or something online,
Hmm. Yes.
because you then get some fake shit which looks ugly ass.
Yes. Or even cheap plastic which breaks when you look at it.
Yes.
I didn't had it, so luckily,
Nice.
but maybe some people had it that a figurine broke.
That's why I have one shop where I buy figurines where the figurines are packaged really well. Or I buy them at conventions because in conventions I can see them.
Hmm.
Or in general in local shops where I can see the figurine.
Hmm.
Because online pictures can be fake.
Yes. I sent you one on Amazon, a link from Amazon
Yes.
that I thought about buying, but then I decided not to.
Yes. It looked kinda could be scammy.
Mm. The seller looked scammy. It was
Yes.
a shiny seller.
Yes, yes.
Always the Chinese ones.
Because they are cheap and dropshipping.
Hmm.
So, I think if you want
You
to,
were at budgeting.
yes, to invest in your hobby, there are three other
Hmm.
things. Make a monthly budget to buy stuff. If you want to buy manga, just for example say, okay, I have 20 bucks each month where I can buy free manga, for example. Then you can slowly start growing your collection and make progress. Or you can make, if you are a little boy and going to school, get a side job, do chores in the house, then you can get a few bit extra money.
Hmm.
Or if you are grown up, then prioritize your spendings. Stop
Yes.
smoking, drinking, etc. I stopped smoking and have now 50 bucks every week more for manga. Who could have thought about that possibility? Such riches, such wow. I was a heavy smoker back in the days.
Yes, he smoked a lot. He smoked a cigarette in 1 minute or so, or maybe two.
Too. Yes.
Yes, you smoked very fast.
Hmm.
Even I smoke very fast, but not that fast.
I think that should be it from budgeting from my side. Or do you have any tips
Mm.
as a economic studying guy? Because you're starting your semester this week. So you should be a pro in economics now, after 3 days of studying.
You think I were at one, uh,
Lecture.
f- yeah, one lecture? Uh, but
Yeah.
it's only the first week, so it's not that important to to go there at the first week.
He thinks he thinks that.
Um, I just buy when I can buy it. Um, if I have the money, I can buy manga, then I buy manga. I don't watch my bank account that much. I only see at the end of the month when my account is red.
Yeah, you
And
ain't.
then I think to myself, I'm an idiot. But
And
some month I buy something manga or anime related, which you will see in my next short or the short that I uploaded this week. I think
merch.
I think my merch reel or short will get published before the podcast. I hope.
Yes, probably yes.
I hope.
Buying stuff is a good thing because the next topic I wanted to talk about is where to buy stuff. So, where do you buy your mangas or anime merch? Do you go to
Um,
local stores, comic stores, or online?
we had the procedure that we went to Frankfurt every month,
Yes.
but we don't do that anymore because I don't know.
On his off days, I work. On my off days, he works.
Yeah.
Unfortunate predicament.
Mm. But yeah, we sometimes went to Frankfurt to buy locally manga at the comic store
Yes.
or Thalia, which is a bookstore.
The comic store we are going to is the oldest one in Germany, by the way.
Really,
Yes.
that's cool to know.
So support your locals. It's
But
important.
mostly I buy on Amazon
It's
a
easier,
manga volume. Yeah,
especially
because
when you're a student
they
with
mostly
student
have the
prime.
volume that I search.
Yes. Because when we are going somewhere, they always tend to not have a volumes that you want.
Hmm,
From one
it's
series
so annoying.
especially. Which was it
Yeah,
again?
the quints are never available. Never, never ever. I always search for the quints. I can't find them somewhere. I don't
Even
know
at
why.
conventions where they tend to have a bigger selection than on the local stores.
Mm, they don't have the volumes that I need. It's so annoying. I want to finish my Quint collection, but no, no, I get dicked on. Stop buying Quints before me.
Or the series is just that irrelevant nowadays that it's not getting reprinted.
I don't think so. I think
Yes, this was
there are some volumes of the Quints, but not that I need the
it was
ones.
more a joke than to trigger you. Quint
I
is not
can't
irrelevant.
rent a girlfriend. I want to buy the volumes, but I can't find them too.
Yes, that's good. Garbage. Waste of
N-
money.
yes, nothing happens in this fucking shit. But
I
I want to
bought
complete it.
25 volumes of it and sold them. Cause it's just that
I
bad.
just want to complete it. I don't want to read them because they are boring.
Unfortunately, you were in Japan when I sold them.
Mm, I see.
So if you were in Germany, I could have sold them to you.
Mm,
But happens.
a friend's price, of course.
There's also another cool thing when you're going to your local stores. I don't know if it's the same in for the English speaking countries, but in Germany some stores have just some volumes earlier than the release date. For
Mm,
example, I think it was this month. I wrote to you. I bought some mangas 8 days before their official release in the comic store.
yes, it was this month, I think.
Yes, which is just nice to have them earlier, especially when
Mm,
you make content about them. You-
definitely. You can always be quicker than everyone else.
yes, who orders them online. Plus, it's nice when you see the volume actually in a shelf and see the edition you can hold it in your hand.
Mm,
So, plus, it's another thing which is better for online is you don't need to drive into the city when you live in
mm.
rural areas. Like, we have not a local bookstore in our hometowns.
I do have a bookstore, but I don't think they sell manga there.
Yes, a bookstore that sells manga.
I think I have a local bookstore, but they don't have mangas in my. I think. I don't know. I
Pl-
think so.
Plus, when you want to buy a lot of volumes, then you always need to carry a heavy bag with you.
Mm,
Like, for example, 10, 20 manga volumes. When you have to carry them for 10 minutes, you feel it.
definitely. It's heavy.
Yes. For example, the Big Chungus Vinland Deluxe editions, they weighed about 2 kilograms. Big Chungus.
So I searched up for in uh my city's library, and they don't say or have manga.
Unfortunately. So that's why,
They do have something called Manga zeichnen lernen,
yes, some
which
drawing books
means
or sketchbooks.
yes, ho learn how to draw manga is the translation for it, but not a manga.
Yes.
Definitely sad. I wish
Yes.
I could have a manga store in my town.
Would be nice.
Hmm. Then I wouldn't have to go to Frankfurt every time
Yes. And
because we have to take a train for over 1 hour to Frankfurt.
yes.
And then there's also the risk of the train being delayed.
Or cancelled.
Hmm.
So, yes.
So
Also, another
digital
good
is,
thing on where to buy is also you can
mm,
find some sites that sell used manga, While finding used manga yes, you can find them in your local comic store maybe, but not in your traditional bookstores. At least for us in Germany, they don't have used manga.
Mm.
I think that's it for where to buy for me.
Yep, for me as well.
Do you have another point? Maybe related to anime. We haven't talked that much about anime. Because manga is a bit more complicated than manga. Manga is a bit more complicated than anime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
In terms of buying stuff because it's financial investment.
definitely. But if you want to buy an anime, you have to buy the DVDs.
Nobody
And
does
they
that.
are,
It's so expensive.
mm,
Plus, it's DVDs.
DVDs are getting old. Like,
Outdated. Books are
yeah,
still books, so books will always
mm,
have a place, but not DVDs in our digital world.
DVDs are outdated as fuck. We have clouds right now in our
Yes,
current age.
streaming services.
I remember I had VHS Kassetten. I don't know the English name for it.
Oh, I don't know the English. Tapes?
Yes, tapes. But I don't know how you could translate VHS. I
I,
don't know.
I just used tapes to record the stuff that was airing on TV. It's my
So
experience
yeah,
with them.
I had I think I had an anime which I didn't knew at that time that it was an anime.
That was just a cartoon. Classic
No,
when you were little.
I think I had an anime at the VHS cassette.
Yes, yes, I mean, but you thought it was a cartoon when you were little.
Yes, yes.
That's the point. I remember a question that I want to ask you as well.
Which one?
Do you have a special setup for reading or watching anime? Because having a
Um,
special cozy setup can carry the atmosphere whenever you're watching or reading something.
for a setup, I just lay my foot on my PC and then I lay slightly on my chair and then I watch on my right monitor because my right monitor has more hertz than my left monitor.
Yes, but for example, have you standing some figurines beside the monitor that also can be counted as a setup. Just something that
Uh,
makes the place more atmospheric.
I have a Charmander plushie next to my monitor.
You see?
I love Charmander.
Yes. I think especially for reading it's important that you have a big chunkus armchair which you can sink in and read with a cozy blanket.
Mm,
Especially in winter.
definitely. Yes, but back to buying. I think you just make an abonnement at the streaming service, which has a lot of anime.
Yes, because
Crunchyroll.
nowadays everything is on Crunchyroll, even though Crunchyroll has it's not the greatest anymore.
Hmm.
Where are the comments?
That's what I wanted to ask too.
Riot!
I sometimes read the comments and they were kind of funny and hilarious. Some
Yes.
comments.
Comments are always funny.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's a
but
shame that they are gone.
for the most of the animes that you want to watch, it's the go-to platform, Crunchyroll.
Yes.
I mean, there are some solid anime on Prime and Netflix too, but they are only a handful.
Yes, plus Crunchyroll is a place for simulcasts.
Hmm.
Another thing about watching anime, which is also important. Watching anime with friends is goaded.
Yes,
To have a friend over and just watch a few episodes is always nice.
And have a nice drink,
Something
Bierchen.
nice to eat.
Mm.
You can watch a comedy anime and laugh.
When I was at you, we ate some burgers, had a
Yes.
Bierchen.
Watch Grand Blue Dreaming.
It was definitely nice.
Yes.
We
That
should make this more often, but we don't have the time for it.
yes. Because we when work and you're now at uni too.
And I have almost every Sunday a soccer match
Yes.
or football, besser
Mm.
gesagt.
You could watch also anime online with friends together. It's a bit clunky, but it works too
Mm,
over Discord.
definitely.
So we
But you
could.
could say I'm busy every day a week.
Yes, yes. I mean, in general, when on a guide on how to watch anime, that you can do it with
Mm,
friends online. For,
definitely, if you have more time than us.
yes, for example, I watch Dandadan with one friend of mine every week. The episode that's currently airing. Just nice to meet in one evening on Discord for maybe 30 minutes, watch the episode for 20 minutes, talk about it 10 minutes. That's it.
Mm.
It's a good time slot.
The Dandadan Donnerstag is very important.
Dandadan Tuesday for the English people, which sounds not as cool.
No, Thursday.
True.
Tuesday is Dienstag.
Yes, yes, I misspoke. It's
But
still the same
Dandadan
thing because
Donnerstag.
it starts with something.
Dandadan Donnerstag. It
Yes,
is.
the same letter in the beginning. An
D, D, D,
alliteration.
D. 4 Ds.
These nets. Another thing that is important is time. I think that
Mm.
could be a last topic what we will talk, which is also important for anime. Because watching anime is kind of time consuming.
If you watch a lot. I
Yes.
mean, I've watched 77 days anime, which is over 2 months.
I don't know the number from me on top of my head because I haven't listed all of my animes. Plus, I think watching anime is more time consuming than manga.
Mm.
Because in manga, it's first of all easier to make pauses.
Mm.
Because when you start an anime episode, you watch the anime episode till the end.
Mm.
Plus, you can read manga in your own pace. If the pacing is
Yes.
slow, you can speed read it. If you want to be invested, you can slowly read it and look at every detail on the panel.
Mm.
And in anime, it's always the same speed. Yes, you can
Yes.
make the speed faster, but who does that?
True.
So, I think we are done with time.
Mm.
Because, like I mentioned beforehand, I am currently finished with your Code Geass recommendation.
Yep.
I will continue it someday, but right now I don't have the time for it.
Oh,
And I will
bummer.
give it like a 7, maximum 7.5.
Last time you said 8.
Yes, but I think there are some points which I don't like in the fewer episodes. Because
Ah,
there were a bit too much plot convenience or not a red thread. And there were some filler villains. Like this other random who had a gears. This guy sucked.
who are you talking about?
Mao was his name. The guy who simped for CC.
Which one?
Who could read the minds of people.
Ah,
That guy was basically a filler villain. He wasted a lot of time and had an egregious fake out death. He made terror for 3 times. He was such a pest. He added
true,
nothing cool to the plot.
but it was cool how he got defeated by Lelouch.
Yes, and then he came back. And came back again. And again. That's the problem.
Ah, after the theme park incident, he was defeated.
No.
and got imprisoned.
He came back.
Yes.
That's the
No.
problem. He came to
No.
school. Yes, he came to school and captured Lelouch's sister.
Huh?
Yes.
I don't remember that, to be
That's why
honest.
he sucks. It's so unnecessary that he comes back. It's nothing to the story.
Wait, what was his name again?
Mao.
Mao?
The guy who could read the thoughts of other people. He came back after the theme park incident.
Ah, this guy.
Yes. This guy sucked.
But then he got defeated by CC.
Yes. Plus there was a scene where I think the whole secret identities were revealed at some point where they were stranded at some random place, but it didn't matter, which was kind of questionable. Where, for
Dude, I don't
example,
remember.
Kuroin found out that Cullen was one part of the rebellion and it didn't matter. And randomly, the princess, Eufy, knew that Lelouch was Zero. She just said it randomly and then Lelouch, yeah, I guess. And it also didn't matter. Which, why? It was
Dude, I
kinda
don't remember
weird.
everything.
Because a reveal should have consequences, not like this. Plus, when they were stranded, randomly they were at a place above ground, and the ground tilted and broke, and they were just falling to the enemy state, where they had a super mech and they could escape with the super mech and use it in further future battles, which was plot convenience. The shows should have a high standards, then do better writing. But Lelouch is still a great character. He carries the show.
Mhm.
And I
So,
gave Code Geass a 7.5 last time as well, I checked.
mm,
So I think it can stay there.
perfect.
I think you have something new to me. Um,
Mm,
because I bought something which I talked about before on Used in a Sale. A show which you are recommending to me quite a lot of time.
I don't know why you haven't watched it because you are into geo, what
Archaeology.
archaeology,
Yes, it's prehistoric
and
archaeology.
mm, so Doctor Stone is about
It's from
archaeology
it's from
a
Boichi,
little
one
bit.
of my Lieblingsartists as well.
You mean favorite,
Yes,
not Liebling.
oops. Yes, it's favorite. Mistakes were made.
Yes, Doctor Stone is very good. I like it a lot. It's basically from Stone Age to modern age in basically no time. And it's very good. Explained everything, the science behind it.
The problem is I will probably rip into it egregiously if something is wrong, which there will be wrong, probably. So
No,
that's
no.
why I did not want to.
Everything is Scientology,
Scientology.
scientific correct.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure about that.
Scientists reacted to Dr. Stone and everything is correct.
Just because a random scientist said so, who was studying maybe something else,
No,
or was not a specialist on this topic.
it's there's not a thing about archaeology. It's
It is
about science.
yes, but it is in a time period which is archaeological. When the time period is shown incorrectly, then it's incorrect. Nobody cares about science. That's for a scientist. I'm an archaeologist. That was misspoken.
But you're you're studying everything that's beneath Earth, right?
No, the
Ah,
remains of humans.
I think fossils and stuff was
No,
your.
no. It's the earliest human cultures.
Ah, I see.
That's why I don't want initially don't want to watch it because there will be some misrepresentation there.
I thought you were
No,
about dinosaurs
no,
and
no,
their
no,
fossils.
no. It's
Okay,
the beginning of mankind, basically,
okay.
from beginning
But
to mankind to Romans,
but still, you will have a lot of great time when you read Doctor Stone. You bought it,
because of Boichi. He's the
so
goat.
you're going to enjoy it. I'm I'm 100% sure about it.
Maybe. At least for art will be good. That's certain.
I mean, the storyline is okay. It's not a great story, but the
It's
science
it's a
and
shown.
everything.
I don't care about the science. Care
I do
about the
care about the science
representation.
because I'm a science guy.
Says the guy who studies economics. Just
True.
say. That had to be said.
But I was pretty good at science in school.
This is
My teacher always um
praised me.
yes, praised me. So
So
yeah,
I also
you're
bought.
going to read
Mm, I also bought
Dr. Stone.
another thing.
Mm,
A game from Atlas. It's Metaphor Real Fantasio, which is basically an anime because it's from a Persona guys.
mm,
The game came out a week ago maximum. It's really good,
I see.
especially with cutscenes. They are highly produced animes, legit animes, uh, animes. They look good.
I have no enemies.
Yes, I think that's it for my progress.
Mm,
Oh no, I watched some of the animes as well. I think you will talk about Dandadan, so I'm just saying that I like it, but one
mm,
about which I want to talk about is Yakuza Fiance. It's
that
really good. It's way funnier in the manga because of the voice in the anime than the manga because of the voice acting.
mm,
Plus, I watched the Magical Girl Shonen on Prime, which was surprisingly nice. The voice actor were also really good. They have casted the perfect voice actress for the tomboy Magical Girl who's hot. Plus, the anime actually used CGI well, so
mm.
that's nice. I think that's
I
it for
see,
my
I see.
progress. Now you can go ahead and list 10 different shows that you've watched.
You know already. um, I have watched Dandadan, I have watched ReZero, Blue Lock, Danmachi, Uzumaki, uh,
The Maid Waifu
uh,
Maid,
yes, You're Miss Servant,
Amagami Sisters, you
Amagami
talk a
System.
week.
Yes, it's a lot that I currently watch because the season is definitely stacked.
And he's still not watching the good shows. The good shows that I recommend. If we phrase it like that.
So, um,
Any highlights
as
or
I
any suckers?
as I, s- as I said, Uzumaki sucked balls, and Your Miss Servant sucked balls. For the good ones, ReZero definitely didn't miss out, and Danmachi is solid as ever, and um, yes, Blue Lock was a little downfall this second episode, but I think the next one will be better.
Yes.
But Another thing that I'm progressing right now that isn't this season. Do you know what it is?
I think Fairy Tail is technically this season if you count 100 Years Quest. Or are they making a pause?
No, it's not Fairy Tail. It's Toilet Bound Hanako-kun that I'm currently watching.
Yeah.
Because the second season is airing right now, so I have to keep it up.
I thought about buying the manga box set, the English one, because it looks cool. It's a toilet in which you are storing your mangas. A toilet box.
It's funny.
It looks
Um,
really cool. Maybe when I get a good price.
I was really surprised at how good it actually is. At first, I was going into it with the expectation, hmm, I don't know what I can expect. It sounds weird.
Classical high school setting.
Mm,
Seen a
but
thousand
actually,
times.
it's about exercising bad ghosts that are lurking in the school, called the Seven School Mysterious.
In every
My-
show as well.
But they are actually fighting those myths that are lurking at the school, and it's actually quite good, and I like it.
That's nice. And
Mm.
maybe I will buy the box set if you're recommending it to me. Or saying that it's good. Maybe that will be the decide when I
It
get a good
has
deal.
kind of different art style, like it's screenplay, like on a, what do you call it, Bühne?
Stage.
Yeah, it's like a stage.
I see.
So yeah, for my recommendation, I gave you Dr. Stone,
Yes.
and you guys check out also out Dr. Stone.
I should give a recommendation to viewers.
Hmm, go ahead.
Which I'm going to recommend a manga which is called The Fable. It's really funny. You have basically John Wick, who's really good at killing stuff. A character who's like John Wick, and he needs to make a vacation kinda for a year to be under the radar. But he sucks
Mm.
at living normally and not killing stuff. So he struggles to solve his problems without killing, which is well, it's really funny. It's also a delinquent show. So if you want to watch a funny delinquent show, which is a kind of brutal seinen as well, check out The Fable. I think that's it for my recommendation.
Nice.
And we can
Then
start with our hot takes. So, my first hot take is themed to this episode. It's about manga collecting. Collecting manga that you have no intention of reading is really stupid. People who own 100 plus volumes within their first month of collecting need to slow down. Just my opinion. Not trying to insult anyone who do these things. You do you. I think that's quite a reasonable take, because for me, books are books. They are there to be read. Plus, collecting manga
based,
is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
definitely based.
Plus, I can relate to that because I did kind of the same. Because when you have budget and start to collect manga, you're collecting everything because everything is new, exciting, and you want to have them all. Gotta catch them
Mm.
all. I think it's also kind of the same with anime. When you're
Mm.
entering the anime world, you just watch everything. You don't care if it's
Yes.
good or not.
Mm.
So,
Definitely a based hot take.
I think that was a quick one if you don't have anything to add.
Nope, I don't have anything to add.
Okay, on to the next.
One, we mentioned it already earlier, Fairy Tail. I'm currently completing it. Um, For me, Fairy Tail overuses the power of friendship because Blood Armor is the power of friendship. No one dies, and it's too much power of friendship. I'm currently at the Eclipse arc, and suddenly everyone gets boosted because they believe in their friends. Like, what the fuck?
Plus certain other things happened. Like the same happened in Naruto when there were suddenly events that cannot be possible.
Hmm.
You mentioned that someone really important got pierced to me,
Ah,
and then it's gotten reversed.
okay.
Gray.
Uh,
I mean Gray.
mm,
Where the show tried to sell us that Gray basically died.
yes.
It was the same in Naruto when suddenly Kakashi died. There are just things that are not going to happen. Facts.
And it's definitely annoying that no one dies.
Yes.
Sometimes they have to make a tragic moment to make a good anime.
Yes. That's why we like Chainsaw Man the ending, for example.
Hmm.
So,
You have to make a sacrifice.
but I don't think it's a hot take because everybody knows it.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Fairy Tail is on a lower tier from all the other shown because of that.
Yeah, that's true.
At least from what I'm hearing.
Hmm. I
But the
think a lot
take
of
is,
people.
we could say the take is correct at least.
Hmm. It
Was it
is.
was it a hot take by you or by some random?
No, it was by some random on my anime list.
Ah, okay, good. Then on to the next one. My next hot take is my hot take. Also hot take from some random guy which I found. He writes my hot take, 95% of anime have solid or better animation. People need to stop bitching about it and pay more attention to writing and dialogue.
Yes. What do you say about it?
I think 95 is a bit too much, but today there are a lot of shows with good production value. For example, all of the shows that you listed that you were watching, the action ones, had at least good or passable production value.
Yes.
Maybe not Blue Lock, but Blue Lock is a sport show, not an action show. For example, you have this season Danmachi, which has a good production value. We
Hmm.
have Dandadan, Shanford continues, ReZero.
Oh, true. That's my progress too. Chanfor.
Yes. Then what have we else? At least we have a lot of shows with solid production value.
Hmm.
Just the isekais look awful, most of them. But then we
Hmm.
have, for example, Eminence and Shadow, which has really good production value as well. It looks really good.
Yes.
So I definitely think nowadays most animes look passable or good.
Hmm.
So I think 95% is too much, but the general idea of the hot take, I would agree
Definitely.
that we have a solid production baseline.
Hmm.
I think your next hot take can be combined with that one,
Yes, it can be.
so we can do it in one sitting.
Yes. Um, Not all CG in anime is bad. And one example is definitely Chainsaw Man because Chainsaw Man had a lot of CGI scenes
Yes,
and a lot of them weren't bad. I mean, I think for me, I didn't notice that much CGI, to be honest, in Chainsaw Man.
I think CGI is only bad if it doesn't match the aesthetic of a show.
Mm.
I think a good example is the Magical Girl show, Magic Lumiere, which talked about earlier. Because some of the spells are CGI that they use, but they use their spells like uh how, how should I say it? They use data as spells, informatic. So they code their spells. So it makes sense that
Mm,
the spells are CGI because they are coded. They are created by a computer.
yes.
So it makes sense that they are CG. And even the
Mm,
monster, which are some data, I think, because they suck them in USB stick when they capture them. So it makes sense that they are CGI. It fits the aesthetic.
mm,
But when you have, for example, a fight scene in a sports show, boxing show, or something where the contestants are CGI and have clunky
yes.
movement, that sucks.
Mm, that's what happened to Blue Lock.
Yes. When you have in football the quick movements, all the tricks, the little twists and turns, and they are clunky ass CGI shit,
Mm,
not enjoyable.
yes, I don't have anything to add to that.
Yes, so I would agree, but rarely CGI is used good. But there are exceptions.
Yes.
I would say that's it for this episode.
Mm, thank you for listening.
Yes, like and subscribe as always.
Tune in the
The
next episode.
next episode will be a banger.
Mm,
We will make another tier list about over and underrated shows where we will rank the perception of shows, not the quality per se.
not
So
and
we
not
can
our own opinion.
kinda, but our opinion in contrast to the opinion of the majority.
Yes, yes.
So we can spout some hot takes like Demon Slayer is mid, or even though I haven't watched My Hero Academia, it's overrated. So be a fun one.
Even though
There
I
should be.
haven't watched Monogatari, it's not good.
Hmm?
Hmm.
I only said that the manga is not good.
So you have to watch the anime then.
No, I already consumed the story.
So yeah.
So for this episode, because he talked about Onogatari, everybody from the two of us and everybody will search out some shows about we want to talk. Just to
Hmm.
trigger the other guy or to trigger the community.
Yes.
People will be triggered.
Yeah. But I think most it will hit someone from us.
Yes, from ourselves. Because then the recording session is way funnier.
Hmm.
Banter is always funny.
Yes.
So, I think that's it for today's episode.
You already said that.
Yes, but we need
See you
to make a
next
conclusion.
time.
Bye.
Have a good time.